clear one thing up. My husband's not a goat herder. We haven't got any goats. He's never been a goat herder.
Did you say that online, though?
The papers said he was a goat herder. It's all that things where they put loads of stuff out of context and you go, well, if I had a goat, I'd probably be a bit more richer, to be quite honest. But no goats, no goats. What is he then? Well, he does do something. He's got his own little business, so he's all fine and in Morocco. No, he's not like... He's not a wheeler dealer. He's not a Del Boy of Morocco, do you know what I mean? No, but, you know, we just get on with our lives and do things. But he's not... No goats, no goat herders.
Even if he had goats...
Chico was a goat herder. That's where they got it confused.
Oh, my God, you dated Chico?
No! Change. It's all going to happen. No. Anyway, ladies, hello. Lovely.
Thanks for being such a climbing.
I think we're becoming twins. Look at us, twins.
That was great climbing. Could have been on the car with us.
Oh, well, I don't know, but I would have taken it away with me, I think, that car. I would have had that. I would have had that in the pocket.
Obviously, you must have absolutely loved being Eastenders. You're such a brilliant character.
Yeah, it was fun. It was great. It was a brilliant time in my life. I still see a lot of the people there. In fact, I saw Steve McFadden recently in his panto. He looked a lot better than he did on screen, I have to say.
Okay.
He's not been very well on that, has he? But no, it was a great time in my life. I had an amazing time, and you know, it's a shame that Hev went. I keep suggesting I should come back as her twin sister.
I could do.
I think she should be called Leather Trot from Scotland. Leather.
But you had a kind of poignant return on Christmas Eve, didn't
Christmas
you?
Eve, yeah. I mean, this was just bizarre. I mean, I was doing panto this year, but obviously, before I started panto, I was lucky enough to be able to go back to EastEnders and record a very small recording with Linda Henry. And it was quite sad and quite poignant, and we did this thing for Dot. I don't know if anybody saw it, but I think quite a few people saw it. Christmas Eve, Dot was leaving the laundrette and she had a cassette, and basically she listened to it, and it was us. It was memories of us, and we were talking. And on it, of course, Heather was a great George Michael fan. So am I. It basically, I was sort of talking about George, and you know, Christmas ain't sad without a bit of. Is there? Oh God, don't, because you'll get me started. You know, I would say things like, "Oh, Christmas isn't Christmas without a bit of George, without a bit of Wham," and then literally, it must have been about 12 hours later, he passed away, and I was devastated, absolutely devastated, because I was lucky enough to have met him. I was lucky enough to have listened to him talking to me about storylines that I was in. He used to send presents and signed gifts. I've actually got a thing that says, "To a fan, from a fan, love George," and things like this, and you kind of go, oh my gosh, you know, it's just
funny, isn't it? Because around the building, after he died, there's so many people out there that we've talked that have met him. And that's what you hear time and time again, this kindness that he would take the time.
And that's the thing. I mean, you know, whatever troubles people have in their lives, whatever they are, you cannot deny that man was a talent beyond anything. His heart was beautiful, and his soul was beautiful, and he had the most gorgeous voice, and he everybody just, you know, those that didn't like George Michael, well, then they don't know, I don't know, they must be aliens, I don't know.
But, you know, it's interesting you talk about, you know, whatever difficult times that people might be having or troubles in their life. You're taking part in a show at the moment, which I think absolutely sums up women who are going through some might find it difficult, some kind of sail through, but either way, it's this kind of bonding force. We're talking about the menopause.
Menopause, when you want to chuck a tonka toy at your husband's head. No, you don't. No, you don't. You just want to sweat all night. No, you don't. No, you don't. You've forgotten what you're going to do next. That's what you do.
I'm so glad this is back, because my sister went to see it. And
we're talking Menopause the musical.
Right.
Menopause the musical.
Menopause the musical, which we're in rehearsals now. I did it last year with Linda Nolan, and this year we have Maureen Nolan. We like a Nolan in our show, right? You like a Nolan in your show. We love Nolan. So basically, this is about Menopause the musical. We're touring all around Britain, starting in Scotland, going all the way down, and it's one night as in all different theatres, and it is the funnest 2 and a bit hours of your life. You will cry with laughter. It's tackling a serious subject, clearly, but it's everything that you either... If you've never been through the menopause, if you're about to go through it, you go and go, oh, is that what's going to happen to me? If you're going through it, you go, ah, ha, ha, that's happening to me. And if you've been through it, you go, I remember when that happened to me.
We get some pretty fabulous guests here on Loose Women. There's plenty more where that came from. Just click here to watch more interviews with a whole range of famous faces. And click here to subscribe. It's free, so you'd be silly not to, really.